I was born and I grew up in East Berlin. So when I was 14, the wall came down. So I have experience also to grow up in something like in a socialist dictatorship. And because of this experience in my childhood, I always was very interested in other former socialist countries and how people now they manage their lives, what changed their life, and how they get along with changing situation in their country. And in 2000, I went to Cuba to see how the people live there and how they manage their everyday life in the socialist country. And I met Andres, and since that time we have a very good friendship, and me and my family and my husband, we traveled a lot of time to Cuba. And in 2006 we invited Andres to come to Germany. And it was a time when Raúl Castro got the political power from his brother, because Fidel was very sick. And we thought, maybe there will be a change in this country. We had the idea, after 2 glasses of rum, something like that, that he could film his environment. Andres lives in a very poor working class environment, and he survives from no, I have no English. No. Andres sometimes wrote some small literal pieces, and out of these pieces I realized that he can observe his environment and the people very good, and I liked what he wrote, and so grew the idea, maybe instead of writing this, he could film it with a camera pencil, like Lastrucci said some years ago. And the idea was also that no professional camera team could make these observations like Andres could do with his friends, because he is an amateur cameraman, but he is a professional in his environment. He knows how to survive in this environment, and so he also knows what is best to be shown to understand the surviving in such a country and in such an environment. And so he could film things from his friends and in his neighborhood you could never film as a professional team. Our idea for this film Somos Cuba was to show how Cuban people really have to survive and really have to live, because we in Europe have a very romantic view towards this country, but it's only a part of this country. It's only a part of the truth of Cuba. So we decided that we want to show the everyday life of people who live in poor circumstances. And then Andres went with a camera to Cuba, and after, I don't know, some months, we got I'm sorry, I don't know the word correo in English. Mail. So after 2 or 3 months, we got one mini DV tape per mail, and my editor and me, we have been very excited, because we didn't know what we can expect from this material. And we were looking at this, and it was very rough, the material, but it was also with a lot of energy. And so we thought, we will try this experiment. We don't know if it will be a film, but we are very open-minded what Andres will film. And after, I don't know, 5 or 6 tapes, we realized that he chose 2 families, and his family to observe for a period of time. And my editor in Berlin and me, we decided to edit the scenes. That means only to shorten at first. And then we managed to make a small archive to see what protagonists we have, what topics we have to handle the material, and also to discuss with Andres via email, via phone, how we could create a structure for the film, how we could create a story for this film. And I also flew several times to Cuba to discuss with him the structure, to show him and the protagonists the edited material. Andres was like a co-author of this film, and then he passed away, and he was really missing in a post-production stage. But we discussed a lot of things earlier. We trusted each other very, very good, so that I think we tried to do the film in his sense. I knew very good how he was thinking about a lot of things, about politics, about the world, also about aesthetics and literature and cinema. We discussed a lot when he was alive, and so I think he could live with our decisions. And we also tried to, in the editing, not to make it more beautiful or more bad. We just tried to respect the kind of material and to put it together. And I think I showed the film a good friend of Andres. She was also our translator, and she said she agreed that she thinks that Andres would have the same opinion towards how the film is made and how it is presenting the reality in his quarter.